welcome to our discussion. We're going to talk about the Digital Youth Network. I'm Holly Abels, and I'm a program manager in cardiology at the University of Colorado Anschutz campus.
And I'm a student, clearly, at CU Denver, and I work from home because my brother and I, we own our own company. So yeah, a lot of these tools were actually stuff that I could use in my own company, so that's really cool.
That's awesome. Well, my name is Ariel Bonnell, and I am a student at CU. I'm a secondary high school English teacher. I actually just got back from 3 years teaching in China, and so I figured I'd go get my master's to kind of shove me down some other path here. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
That's cool. Yeah, I went on the Digital Youth Network for the first time yesterday. And as we all know, it was founded in 2006 by Dr. Nicole Pinkert of U Chicago Urban Education Institute. And basically, it sounds like it was a project that was started to help youth learn media literacy, which we've been talking about a lot in this class and is obviously important for schoolwork, which I think was their initial aim. But obviously it has implications outside of school. Like some of these kids are teaching classes now as a job. And there's obviously a STEM aspect going on with getting girls interested in science and minorities interested in science as a career. And I think that's pretty great. And obviously relying on teachers to teach tech doesn't work anymore.
Right. Yeah, I can definitely voice my opinion in saying that I'm tech illiterate when it comes to anything that we've done in this class, and then looking at what my students can do versus like what I know anything about is just, it's mind blowing to me how many skills they have that, you know, we could use ourselves. So I think that's a great way to put them in the teacher's position and let them feel really empowered by teaching, especially their teachers, something.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have to learn everything that we do as we produce it myself.
Right,
Yeah.
Right there with you.
Another thing that I really liked about it reminds me of this class, is that how in this class we're not on the comfort zone of the Canvas LMS, and we're just out there. And similarly, they have to share with their peers and their parents and their teachers, which, you know, puts you out in the open, but it also is super motivating. Mm-hmm. So, do you guys want to talk about some of the tools that they are using that you looked at? Ariel, you want to go first? Sure,
I'll go first. So I looked at iRemix and Explore Chi, and I got a bit more information on iRemix. Students can get on this cloud-based social learning platform and share their work, get into challenges, and create things that their peers and mentors can kind of look at, critique, and then students can go back and iterate on them. So it's kind of like the same thing, I feel, but this is very clear, is that this is, you know, like a social-based platform, kind of like a Facebook type thing. It looks, when I was looking at what the template kind of looked like on their webpage, it looks kind of like Facebook. You could earn badges if you're going towards like certain things of like proficiency when it comes to different types of media. Wasn't able to explore those in great depth, but I think that's really cool. And I did notice that looking through their video on the website, they actually give you, like, if you're this is something that educators can buy, organizations can buy for their students to work with. So I'm assuming that once you buy the package, they give you, like, they send you the little badges, because they get physical badges as well when they complete each.
It's not virtual badges?
Task. No, it's both. Yeah, both.
Oh,
so they
awesome.
so they can like pin it on and kind of show it off to their classmates or peers, which is pretty cool. But it does beyond just it's like a private network that you create. You can also, your finished products, you can go and post those to Twitter or Facebook or however you'd like to get more feedback and share with more than just the private network that you're developing them with.
That's cool. Okay, cool. So I'm curious about both of those now and how much it costs.
Yeah, I didn't look at pricing. Actually, I can do that right now while we're kind of introducing other things.
Okay, cool. Char, what did you discover out there?
Yeah, so I covered Crazy Egg and Experience Discovery. So Crazy Egg, like as part of my company, I'm in charge of user experience. And that's like Crazy Egg is a tool catered for user experience because it's essentially like a heat map for clicks for interests.
Huh.
Yeah, which is really, I honestly wish I knew about it before. Because it's basically like you can go use it for any web page, and I think there's like it's a paid program, but there's like a trial that I was playing with, but you could basically see like where people click on a web page the most, and kind of see like why it draws them there, and what draws them there, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, really useful for having you're owning your own business,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Especially because we have a website, and it'd be nice to know like where people are looking. And then this experience discovery is a really, really cool idea. It's a social discovery tool, and it's within a social network, and it's basically a tool where kids can basically find unique opportunities with their interests. That are in line with their interests.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it basically suggests social connections, like their own peers that share similar interests. So I can speak for myself. Like if I'm going off to do something by myself, it kind of is a little bit more daunting than when I have someone else there to like just help motivate myself.
So does it connect you to peers or to mentors or both, you think?
Both by what it sounds like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's just a really cool way to connect and pursue your interests.
I could kind of see that as like a building onto iRemix, kind of like along the same lines, but then if you wanted to extend on what you kind of learned in this area, now you can pursue like a specific avenue.
Exactly, yeah.
Really flourish that. Awesome. I didn't find any pricing on here, and I don't think I can unless I sign up, and I really don't want to sign up.
Yeah. We've all read the Do Not Track, so.
Exactly.
That's really interesting that especially that Explore Discovery, you called it?
Explore Discovery, yeah, that was the full name. I thought it was just like X Discovery, but it's actually Explore Discovery. And then
Explore Discovery. So it's a social discovery tool, which fits really well, and I'm sure they used it for their one of their projects. They're working with the Chicago Mayor's Office to do the Chicago City of Learning. And one of the innovation or projects underneath that was Create Your Path Challenge, where it asks students to create videos or photos or journals or some sort of expression exploring their passions. And then they can win prizes in that class or whatever. But I bet they use that.
Yeah. I know, right?
So that was pretty cool. And then the Tech Girls, I don't know if you guys saw that project. It's ages 9 to 14, girls only, trying to get them interested in science technology.
Awesome.
And they get to learn to design and animate and program robotics on that one.
Wow.
I know. I'm like, I want to sign my kid up for this.
Right? I know. I was thinking, like, I wonder if they don't have anything to this level in Colorado that I've noticed. Like, I've looked at different things that are offered through the libraries, and like there's smaller groups, but not on this kind of like.
Yeah, there's
not a network.
School of Mines has something, but it's summer camp, STEM camp stuff.
Right.
But not to this level, I don't think. And I don't know cost differential. Like it's expensive. I haven't sent my kids to the School of Mines things yet. My biggest takeaway was, how can we get in on this, and how can we collaborate and share in different cities? And I don't know.
Absolutely. I think the first step might be contacting, and I can't remember her name right off the top, but the woman that was in the introductory video.
Yeah,
the kind
Dr.
of one of the
Pinkard.
founders. Yeah, getting in touch with her and seeing if there's a way we could do like an extension, kind of putting everybody in cahoots together, if you will.
Right, exactly. And then I guess there was one more initiative I looked at called the Digital Youth Divas.
I
love
saw
their
that
name.
advertised when I
Yeah.
opened it up this last time, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Their names are so cool. But again, it's another looking at girls, getting them into science kind of a project. And since 2013, 300 girls have participated.
That's awesome.
But this one was cool and relevant to our class because they were making science fun through stories. And they were on their iPads reading stories about women in science. And then it looked like they had to go do some like scavenger hunting or like choose your own adventure. And then all of a sudden they're making circuits and building circuitry and designing flower lights for their hair. So it's cool.
That's awesome.
It combines story and art and science.
All in one. That's really innovative.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty exciting. My question is, how can we share?
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would think it's a secondary
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Where'd she go?
I think we lost her completely.
Oh, technology.
It's fantastic, isn't it? It's just great.
There you are.
Sorry, I moved and I totally hit my power button.
Oops.
Yeah, don't move. Sorry, did I miss anything?
Well, you're about to drop an amazing idea on it.
I was thinking, how could I use this in my class? Having students that are so technologically advanced and finding ways to kind of combine this with literacy and digital literacy, and I know that they're an extension of each of them, but through one of the reading that we were doing this week, I was thinking having them be able to like design games or play with like virtual reality or something, and then going into writing they'd have to do a write-up, of course, but going into different professions and seeing like how cool would it be to be a biologist for see what a biologist sees in a laboratory, or going out and shadowing a biologist and doing like a photo memoir of that, and posting it. So doing different things where they could explore different passions, whether it's poetry or different careers, and having them kind of do a write-up that they either vocalize like a voiceover or something that they'd have to hand into. But I thought that would be really fun.
That sounds fun.
Definitely getting them connected on certain platforms, because I would have no expertise in these areas, would be absolutely necessary. So maybe the next classroom I get into, it might be something to look into purchasing.
That'd be great. Keep us posted if you do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Tweet hashtag into 5340.
Yeah, right. Right.
This thing's so honed in my brain now.
I'd never been on Twitter at all ever.
Same. Literally
okay.
Same.
All right, I don't feel so bad because
Yeah.
that's the
I've
only
tried it back when it came out, and I didn't like it.
Right.
I'm literally a grandma when it comes to like these social apps.
Yeah.
And it's like when Snapchat came out, I was just getting used to Instagram, and I'm like, great.
Right.
I gotta get used to
Ground zero. Like yep.
I can't
All the
keep
more
up.
reason we need these like digital youth networks to keep us like on track here.
Exactly.
I think it would be great if especially in like cities, cities like Chicago and Denver, to have after school programs like this, where they are more affordable, or they're an extension of some sort of programs that schools already have that are funded through the government or city. But I think cities absolutely need things like this to keep kids from getting into the riffraff that they're able to get into,
Exactly. And then it engages them on a social level, but it prepares them for their future careers. So
Absolutely.
win-win.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Well, it's worth exploring further in our own city.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
All right, ladies. That's all I've got. You?
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yay!